Hello, your name's Amelia because I know you have a name badge. Where are you from, Amelia?
I'm the director of the Elm Centre, which is adult education in the Uniting Church in New South Wales in the ACT.
Great. How do you feel about the state of the environment at the moment, Amelia?
I'm really concerned about the drought and really concerned that people don't actually understand what that means for us as a whole community. That there's not just social issues about the communities who are in drought-affected areas, but have we really thought about what food production means for our whole community and what kind of responsibility that we might take? So I think that's probably the biggest environmental issue for us, for me at the moment, because I see a lot of that, but also just the sense of people's thinking about water is very much about their own personal usage rather than what we really do need as a whole community and what our environment needs as a whole environment that we're in. Yeah.
Do you think the Christian message is a valuable one at the moment in terms of the environment?
I think we miss out a lot on thinking about what it means to exist in creation and what it means to exist in harmony with the other parts of creation. I think that a lot of the time Christians focus on what it means to be human, but not what it means to be human as part of a wider creation. So God makes us human to be in relationship with the rest of creation as well. So how do we then treat endangered species? How do we treat the earth that we're engaged in and influence? Do we take any responsibility for that?
Can you tell me some of the initiatives that your churches are taking?
There's one in particular at Eden Uniting Church down on the south coast of New South Wales, and it's not my story, it's their story, but they do some really exciting stuff about developing community gardens and getting their whole local community involved in building relationships with one another, but also in taking responsibility for developing something sustainable and beautiful that's right there in front of them physically. And I think that that's actually raised the whole sense of community identity, positive relationship, positive thinking about themselves, and a kind of awareness that the spiritual and the physical are related. So I think that's a really cool project.
Can you relate to the idea that people feel a bit disempowered when it comes to the environment, and that as a church that can empower you to do more?
Absolutely. I live in a unit, and having lived in houses before where I've actually been able to play with a garden, to live in a unit, suddenly I feel limited by the environment that I'm in. And so in my local regional church, one of the things that Earth Ministries has done has been invited me to come out into shared natural spaces and to worship God in those kinds of spaces. And it's re-empowering me to be able to worship a creator that I used to worship in my garden, and now I don't have a garden to do it in. So that's actually been exciting.
And what advice would you give to your local MP?
Don't just look at an economic bottom line in terms of short-term dollars. Look at the long-term people economy. Measure every budget with a green line in the budget. And remember that the constituents don't want to pay green taxes in terms of what they lack in the future. They'd rather actually think about the things now than regret things later on.
Great, thanks so much for your time.